Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by a grant from Paul Plusa and his amazing daughter, the Robot Princess. Thank you, guys. Hi there, guys. Welcome to today's Captain's Blog. It's 3/24/18 at 10:15, and Batman's doing CAD training over here. Hey, Doug! Come get the love!
Come on over, Doug. So we're doing a training. Yeah. I've gone over a lot of the basics with Aspire. He was hoping to actually also cut something today, but he realized his file was only half there. Okay. And he's on a slight bit of a time crunch, so let's help him out as best we can with this.
We can do that.
Absolutely. His part is it's a nice piece of wood, so he's gonna have to put some wood over as a clamping to make sure the safe Z is secure. You know the drill on that kind of stuff. He's a professional CNC first. But he'll help you out on that, because I'm stretched busy and I won't be able to. I would love to do nothing but focus on you 100% today. But Doug can totally help you out. He's missing some words that go on, so he's just got to put the words on.
Okay.
Get his picture lined up. Like I said, we went over pretty much everything with Aspire, and we went a little bit over the machine.
Okay.
But I'm sure we got some scrap wood somewhere. I'll see if I can get some stuff sent over to you so you can just clamp it down. There are some pieces in there as well. Anything in the corner can be used for that.
And over here, Joey's doing a welding training.
Squared off around the edges here.
Yeah.
And the other set I have, which are brass, were round, so they started using grinding on to make them a little more rounded.
Yeah.
So is that something that I could do?
You can certainly grind aluminum and shape aluminum.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole welding of aluminum is quite up there in difficulty and what it takes to actually do it, because you basically have to have a TIG set up. And I can teach you MIG in 20 minutes. It would take me the better part of a day to teach you how to TIG weld, and then it would be you experimental for a week before you figured out exactly how to get it how you wanted it, how you pictured it in your head. But if you were to buy ones that were a slightly different shape and they had more material on them, it's not a problem to grind them down or to shape them to whatever. Aluminum's really easy to file. With a flat disc, it's not that hard to grind.
I mean, that was the other thought, is they said grind this part a little bit.
I never told you.
Good morning, sir. How you doing? What you got here?
Just making a little bracket.
What you hanging?
Just some different stuff for up in the...
Oh, working on the front office remodel thing? Cool. So it's gonna be a busy Saturday. There's a lot going on. It's kind of cool. Look at that. Doesn't that look so much better?
We have a belt sander out in the machine shop here.
Okay, great. Okay.
So then we'll come over here.
Sure.
And this is the joiner.
Yeah.
So we adjust it right here on the end.
Sure.
And then adjust the table up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever depth you want to do.
Gotcha.
Or how much you want to take off, sorry. You want to hold it here.
Mm-hmm.
Up top, you don't want your hands near the blade.
Gotcha.
But you need to keep it
Nice. Where is the blade on this?
right here.
Okay, so that's the blade, it's rotating. Okay.
And just start it, it's the same as every machine in here.
Gotcha. Okay.
want to try it?
Yeah, I mean, how did this do anything different than a table saw ripwise is what I'm trying to figure out. Why wouldn't I just run it through a table saw?
Because this guarantees perfect perpendicular.
Oh, gotcha. So this gets rid of your ugly rounded.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. That,
And then
that
the sides, this you would use the chop saw for.
Gotcha. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. I'll try it.
You're able to, once a year, say, hey, I would like to subscribe to Hobbyist License. And basically once that year is up, you just say, I'm ready to do it again. They don't charge you anything for it, and you can make as many 3D files as you want. Now once you want to start trying to make a business out of it, that's when they're like, you need to pay us.
The rules a little bit for you.
But even with that, it's for a basic business license, it's $40 a month.
Oh.
So, and the nice thing is, once you know it, you understand how to use it. Moving up to inventor is just learning where everything is at that point.
Right.
Because the core concepts are there. And inventor is nice because it does have those more powerful simulation features. It has HSM software, so you can do CAD generation and all that good stuff.
This is a magical substance that costs way too much money for what it is. And it's basically really floppity wire. And my job today is I'm connecting this giant cage to 12 different 10-foot long solid copper rods that are embedded in the earth on the other side of that hole. And this is how we connect the doors of the cage. You can see a piece right here that I just installed. Das ist Lichtsysteem. And this is how we make it so we can open the doors. Because if you just put a piece of wire on there, it'll work great for about a month and then it'll break. Because copper work hardens. And that's work hardening. You can all try this at home. Grab an old coat hanger and just bend it. And if you bend it back, it'll be not quite straight. If you do this like 10 times and keep bending it, two really cool things happen. One, it will break. Because every time you bend it, it gets a little harder. And two, at the place where it breaks, right after it breaks, if you touch it, put it on your lips, it'll be hot. So, yeah, so we use Lichtsysteem, and that fixes that. And the reason, because I know you're fascinated to know, the reason why we're rounding this cage so thoroughly is because of what I'm about to do. Do any of you have anything inside your body that runs on batteries? I'm talking about pacemakers, defibrillators, hearing aids, or insulin pumps. I don't care about pins, plates, screws, and all that. You're fine there. But if it's inside you and it runs on batteries, now's a really good time to let you know. Cool. Then most of you will probably live through this. Lights, please.
Lights!
And this is why we ground the cage. Clear cage. This is how much I trust my science.
One of these days you just gotta and just go to the ground.
See, there's this really cool thing, and this is an important thing to keep in mind, especially as you get old and crusty.
We had a thing earlier.
Science works all the time. We may get wrong, but science works. And there's a lot of people that are making a lot of noises on the internet saying things like the earth is flat. They can say that. The earth doesn't care. process of figuring out if you have the right answers. So we got a lot of stuff mostly kind of figured out, but the universe is filled with a whole lot of dark matter that we have no idea.
I caught you.
No. We got really good guesses. No. Stuff like this, we're still figuring this out. A lot of you, when you were in school, like for me, 5th grade, you were taught there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas. No, there's 4. You just saw it. That lightning that hit the cage, that's matter. That's made of plasma. That's an ionized gas. Fire? Well, is fire a liquid or a gas? It behaves like both. It is energy, but it's more than that. This, pure energy, raw, surging, finger of God electricity, is plasma. And we figure this new stuff out all the time. So we made lightning. Who wants to see thunder? Yeah, we can do that. I don't want to see it. Okay, so we get recycled bits of old air filter, complete with scientific schmutz. You're welcome. So we get this, which is a recycled bit of air filter with a little bit of schmutz on it. And I use this because it's transparent. You see right through it. And it shows that there are no secret compartments or anything like that filled with tannerite or whatnot. So this is just a piece of aluminum mesh. I'm going to put the mesh over here. I'm going to load it on our test stand of science. Everybody wants to watch here. Now who wants to feel thunder? Like viscerally experience thunder? You guys come over here. You want to be right in line, right here. Right against the wall. Back against the wall. Okay. Because the people right here are going to get a rather visceral experience.
Visceral? What does that mean?
It means you're going to feel it for reals.
This is not gonna.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is take the key from the super secret hiding spot. You don't. Get over here. You don't have to plug your ears yet. I'll let you know when. I promise. You'll know when. Okay. So, I'm going to talk for about a minute and a half. We're going to do some science. You don't have to plug your ears yet, because this is what's going to happen. I'm going to talk for a minute and a half, and then you're going to hear this sound 3 times in a row. And that lets the whole building know we're about to do this so that people don't freak out. And after you hear that sound, then you're going to experience thunder. So when you hear that sound, that's when you want to plug your ears, but not before, because it won't be loud before. System's hot. So think of electricity like water in a pipe. Volts is how we measure the pressure of the water. Amps is how big around your pipe is. And volts times amps is watts. It's what you can do with it. It's how fast you can fill up the bathtub. A regular AA battery is about 1.5 volts at about 1 amp. So you get about 1.5 watts out of a AA battery. A car battery is about 12 volts at a couple hundred amps. And a regular wall socket in your house is 120 volts at about 15 amps. So you get about 1,800 watts. Volts times amps is watts. Because you get 1,800 watts from 120 volt 15 amp outlet, this is how you know the guy trying to sell you the 5,000 watt home theater system on Craigslist is lying to you. There's only 1,800 watts in the wall. That's all you get. In a moment, when that goes off, we're going to discharge 1,800 volts at about 80,000 amps, which is 144 million watts of impulse energy, through that piece of aluminum. That's, give or take, about the same as the entire city of Grand Rapids is using at that moment, like every building combined. This will happen in 3,000ths of a second, which is a fraction of the time it takes you to blink, so don't even try. Everybody wants to watch out there? This is the part where you may want to plug your ears. Wood fire. Yeah. Not only can you have one of those, I will help you make one. That's the idea of this place. This isn't the kind of place of like, don't try this at home. No, try this at home. You can't. Mom says no. It costs a couple bucks to make, but it ain't rocket science. You can absolutely do this. It's something better than the robot. He had the sugar on it. I built that.
I tried this.
It can't be that hard. They front of children. They keep me locked in a cage most of the day, but yeah, I've been there. Alright guys, I like to finish high voltage with a bang. So now that we've done the most terrifying 10 minutes of your week, follow me and we'll do the most terrifying 10 minutes of mine.
Hey, who was the guy sitting with us? Was it you?
I got it. Nice. Thank you.
3 weeks of trial and
I don't know why
finally
everybody
got
else plugs their ears when they hear thunder. I hear thunder and I'm like, what?
A lot of the chairs are sketchy. We're a non-profit, they're all donated from somewhere. I'm not just the high voltage weirdo of the geek group, I'm actually the head weirdo in charge. I'm the president and founder of the company. And at this moment, you, an uncurated audience filled with people who I don't know who you are, have me on live television broadcasting to anyone on earth who wants to tune in right on our main website. On that camera right there, and they can hear me on that microphone. And for the next 10 minutes, you get to ask me absolutely anything you want. There's no rules to this. And the reason we do this is because my job is to help you figure out, now that you've just toured this entire building and seen all our secret sauce and seen all the tools and toys and stuff we have, where you can fit in here, what you can do here that works for you, what projects you can build, what things you can do, how you can be using these tools. It's also important to me to teach people to ask questions and demand evidence, because someday you're going to vote, and that scares the hell out of me. So my job is to make you a pain in the butt for anybody you might ever vote for. So you got 10 minutes on your clock. Go, what do you want to know?
Oh, I have a question about no, it's not archaeology, Luke. It's where you build architecture.
I'm building a house right now.
How come we don't have anything to go with that inside the building?
To do architecture?
Uh-huh.
You mean aside from every program Autodesk ever made, including the entire Revit suite, you can design a stadium or a space station on that computer right there.
Second question. I'm all heard about this bridge building competition thing, and I have many questions about that.
I can't answer questions about that, but I can point you in the right direction, because every school does that, like every high school does a bridge building competition, and the rules are different for all of them. There are some like national competitions, but yeah, check with your teacher on that. Go!
I don't have a teacher.
What is a Tesla coil?
What is a Tesla coil? A Tesla coil is a radio frequency air core resonant transformer system that is used to take an input voltage that could be AC or DC, depending on how you're doing it, drive it into a tank circuit through a RLC setup, use that to power a primary system, and that primary system drives a secondary, sometimes a tertiary coil, into a state of resonance.
Can you repeat it in a non-electric?
It's an electrical swing set.
Okay.
You ever picture it like this, okay? If we put you on a swing, right? Just go to a playground, put you on a swing. If I impart a huge amount of energy into you, like hit you with a baseball bat. Now I take a huge amount of energy and wham! Lots of watts! Huge energy, break bones, but you're not going to move very far. But if this person, who's half my size, goes up with one finger and just pushes you at the right time, he'll get all of you to move bigger and bigger and bigger. And with two fingers, if I just push you at the right time, eventually, if I just keep putting in the right amount of energy at the right time, I'll wrap you all the way around the bar with just two fingers. That's what a Tesla coil does electrically.
Okay.
It's an electrical swing set.
Okay. Question.
Go!
Can we disassemble cars and build different kinds of machines?
Yes. You can do that here.
Question.
They let me
Could
take
I
a
build
break. How many do you think you get?
Could I build a wheelbarrow/rowboat thing?
In this building, you can design, build, and create anything you can think of how to do. There are no rules. Failure is almost assured, but there are no rules as to what you can or can't do. I make things that don't work all the time.
Press tilt.
Go.
What is electricity? How can you explain it to my...
What is electricity?
Yeah. Ooh.
What grade are you in? 7th grade? Okay. Electricity is the other half of the side of the coin of magnetism. electricity and magnetism are pretty much the same thing. We can jump from one side to the other. But electricity boils down to the movement of electrons through conductive materials. Okay? Atoms are made of protons, neutrons, electrons. Electrons can live outside of just an atom, and they can move around and do stuff. And how we move them and what we can do with them is the force of our entire universe. It's what your body runs on. You run on electricity. And so does half the world. But that's the really short, simple answer. The answer to that can fill a doctorate dissertation as to what is electricity. But yeah, electricity is little tiny things that jiggle in fields. It gets really weirder than that though, because you are little tiny things that jiggle in fields.
Could you show off the electrical Tesla coil? The musical
The little one?
Yeah.
If it will work today, when we're done, I can give it a shot. It's fussy and they're doing things to it.
I have a question.
Tesla coil, you were asking, what are Tesla coils? Fussy, annoying, tedious. Hours of boredom with moments of terror. That's what Tesla coils are.
Okay.
Next.
Me.
What about them?
I don't think they care. I don't think they care.
I care. I got feelings. Go.
Okay, how'd you make that big, that loud noise and flash with just a vent?
Sublimation. We put a lot of electricity into a piece of aluminum. The aluminum got very hot as a result of that. We put so much energy into the aluminum so fast that it got so hot it didn't have time to melt. It went directly from a solid to a gas. It's called sublimation. And this is why you should play with dry ice and learn all about sublimation.
But don't touch my ice cream right now.
And certainly don't put it on your tongue.
Have you done that?
I have never done that, and I would never encourage a wee precious child to do that because we might danger the wee precious children.
I have a question.
The children are our future, which is why we must rise up now against them.
So I have a question about, you know, about the slab and stuff. Do you get to keep whatever you make?
Sometimes. If you come here and build a project, and you build it out like parts of a surplus or stuff like that, most of the parts that we have available you can keep. You have to pay for the parts, but it's like surplus prices. You don't have to pay $300 for that compressed air cylinder. You know, it's surplus prices, so it's like $20.
So for example,
And you only have to pay for it if you take it home with you. If you just come here and build something in the robotics lab and you leave it here, and then he can come along later and take it apart and build stuff out of it, you have to pay for that.
I build a wheelbarrow car. Like a tricycle thing, a car that balances on one wheel.
Okay,
And I pay for all the parts of that.
then you take it out, it's yours.
Cool! That is really cool. How does that
Hey,
even
Chris.
work?
Yeah.
What do you think is the future of this place? What is the
The
vision?
future of this place? A campus.
Like,
I want a campus. I want a 200-acre campus where I can create 500 jobs and service 250,000 people a year. I want people to come from around the world to come here and learn stuff and do things. That's where I want to be. I want to be a place that people come and spend summers. Let's go.
With 3D printing, about that, like, how much is the material, like around?
It's cheap.
Okay.
Cheap. Like, hang on.
15 cents a gram.
It's 15 cents a gram.
Okay.
You know how much a gram is?
how much?
About a paper clip in weight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like an average paper clip, that's about a gram. So it's really cheap. It's cheap enough that I get to build personal things out of it. I'm designing a house right now,
Android?
and we've got blueprints, and we took the blueprints, made them into a 3D model, and I 3D printed my house. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, the balcony's crooked! So we got to fix that, and it's handy. It's actually kind of cool. We live in the future and can do that.
Question.
Go, what?
Okay, here's my question. If I created artificial intelligence here with machine parts from here,
I can't create genuine intelligence.
does that mean that it's your fault for giving me the parts, or my fault for creating artificial intelligence?
If you come here and successfully replicate AI, a couple of really cool things happen.
No, I mean like create artificial intelligence that will conquer the world.
That's all on you. But the idea, and this is an important topic, is that if you come here and you invent $1 million idea, we don't own that. You don't owe me anything for that. It's your idea. It's
Well,
your $1
except for
million
the
idea.
materials.
Yeah, really. You pay your $20 a month. And that's all we hear about. And we've had people come here and make very expensive ideas.
What's the coolest idea you've seen come out here? That you like, or
We had a group of 3 college girls come in here with an idea, like just a concept, for a couple different medical devices that could be used in sub-Saharan Africa. Like no electricity, nothing, and they need to be able to have a centrifuge and spin down blood, and they need to be able to do blood transfusions. And it works on a pump, like a really big syringe. And they came here with the idea, they left with a product. And then they went and got a 6-digit grant to make a whole lot of them. And now they get to travel all the most wonderful parts of the world and put this stuff into application. They're saving lives with an idea, which is kind of cool. All right, you got a minute and a half.
What would you say about electromagnetism?
What do you do about the liability here? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can hurt people here.
There is. This building is filled with things that will kill you the moment you don't respect it.
Right. So
you will learn a very important lesson.
So how do you get away from that?
We don't get away from that. Sometimes people get hurt.
Okay.
Stupid hurts.
You're not liable?
When you become a member here, you sign 3 pieces of paper. One is a strict release of liability, and it is the most awesome waiver you'll ever read. You should read it. It covers everything from explosive diarrhea to bad language. The second is a model release because there's 200 cameras throughout this building broadcasting to 3 different live streams 24/7. The world is watching. And the third is a dual non-disclosure agreement. It goes both ways. So that you can come in here and work with him, and one of you can come up with $1 million idea and the other one can't steal it, so that people can have an open, collaborative environment, and we don't have to worry about theft of ideas and intellectual property and stuff like that. On top of that, we have 5 insurance companies. Go.
Okay.
And in 23 years, we've had 1 serious injury, and I drove her to the emergency room myself, and she's fine. A couple stitches and she's good. Go.
My question is, well, for example, you mentioned it covers everything from someone says bad language. I have a question. Is there a lot of bad language?
Yes. Yes. This is not a children's museum. This is not a daycare center. This is a real workshop. We do real work. And when we do things like the Saturday tour, when we do, like if I do a program for a group of school kids or something like that, the language is age appropriate. But the normal working environment of the shop, this is a real shop. People swear, people rock out. This is not Amway. This is a rock and roll environment. We make lightning explosions and giant robots. And I don't want people to have to live in fear of, oh my God, he said a bad word. And no, if you can't, in the real world, that's how real people talk. This isn't television. And the rest of the world is hell-bent on creating safe spaces and protected, nurturing environments that, we don't offend anybody, and I think that's really dumb. I think that we should teach people how to function with people that think and act and talk differently than they do. We should let people play with dangerous tools, because stupid hurts. And the kid that eats too many marbles doesn't grow up to have kids that eat too many marbles. You should learn the drill press will bite you, and it will drill a hole through your hand if you tell it. And my job is to teach you how to do that safely, but if you do something stupid, you're going to get hurt, and that's just how the real world works. I don't want to put nerf edges on everything. I want you to bleed. I want you to get hurt. I want you to do it here in a safe, controlled manner so that you don't do it out in the real world. But we don't dumb it down, because if we keep dumbing it down, we're just going to get dumber people. And we've got enough of those already.
Do we actually want them to bleed, or is it like if it happens, it happens kind of a thing?
This guy's going to get electrocuted. He knows it and I know it. If you play with testicles long enough, you're going to get bit. Okay, shit happens. Wear a hat. Let's go to work. And you got a bike?
No.
You don't have a bike. You've never ridden a bike in your life? You have ridden a bike. And when you learned how to ride a bike, you fell off the bike? Yeah. You got back on the bike. Drill press the same way. Belt sanders the same way. You learn a new thing, you're going to suck at it at first. You may get hurt. Okay. Cool. Let's not do that again. It hurt. And that's how you learn. Last one. Go.
Okay, how do you work with magnets?
How do we work with magnets?
Yeah,
with some of them very, very carefully, because I have magnets here that you have to have a plan before you carry it across the room. I have magnets here that will launch things very high. I have magnets here that will shoot things through the ceiling and the roof. We've done that.
Like the magnetic railgun that the government was working on?
We've got a railgun in progress. Also, if you're into railguns, learn about Gauss guns. Totally different thing, and you're going to have to spend some time on Wikipedia. But if you think railguns are cool, a good place to start at your age and skill level, is a Gauss gun. Kind of like a rail gun. It uses electricity and electromagnetism, but instead of Lorentzian forces the way you're thinking with the two rails, you do it with coils of wire, and you can make this at home. And you can learn about electricity and magnetism and control systems and electronics. You can make it shoot water balloons. You can make an electric BB gun. It's really cool. And also, something very important to remember, BBs can be moved with magnets. They're steel on the inside. Even copperhead BBs are just copper coated. They're steel on the inside. So you can shoot BBs with a Gauss gun. I'm here to inspire the wee precious children. Yes, teaching them to make fire.
They'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Alright, this is what you need to know. Membership here is a whole 20 bucks a month. That's it. Family membership, like if you sign up for membership, it's 20 bucks a month. For 30, it's you, your kid, your family, everybody in your house, membership. That weirdo friend that you got that never leaves, yeah, that's family, they count. Okay. And all of you who have good questions and are a pain in my butt today, all of you should show up, sign up, and get involved, because I want you to come here and build Gauss guns and Tesla coils and giant robots that will take over the west side. So, if you're not a member yet, get up, bug him, and sign up. I want to get you involved. Thank you, everyone, for coming and seeing the weird today. And thank you for asking very good questions.
I also
Thank you.
didn't know
Thank
this, so I have no intention.
That big thing that made the lightning, that's a Tesla coil. Yeah. You saw one today. You've experienced it viscerally. It touched you and inspired your soul. Now go build one.
Is this thing on?
Yes, I want to see this thing.
Yeah, I'd be happy to show. Anyways, no. So every other Sunday, we've got CFI, inquiry, and the other so those things. And so
Put the wire and get
if you want to be a part of it, I would love for you to be a part of it. I mean, it's fun as hell.
Where?
It's a bunch of science geeks. It's a bunch of skeptics who get together and talk. It's the kind of people I love.
I mean, actually, it will be all right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you get that stuff? Did you find the software?
Yeah, and no. We'll talk a little bit.
Okay.
Cool. That'll do. Yeah, I think that's gonna be covered. Like all that's gonna be covered.
Look at that sexy bitch. So we've got this is the front and center ground plate, connected down, bounded here, bounds to the cage, bounds with these every 2 feet. And we jump over the thing, and we go down, and we go down, and this is gonna go up, over, and down, and then it's gonna tie in right here, and we got the bendy thing, yay! Look at that. Boom. Full extension on the gate and still little bit of slack for safety. So that totally bonds the door, and then it goes over here, and then we connect. Boom, we go down to the ground wire outside to the actual ground rod, and we go over here. Boom, down to the next one. Go over here, and this is gonna get tied in to this plate. You can see I just put in a thing right there, so it'll get tied in. We go over here. Doop, 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 boop, down to the ground thing, over here, boop, down to the ground thing, over here, boop, down to the ground thing, and this one, not yet, we're not there, but we'll get there, with there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, all the way down this thing. So, it's progress. How's that for a sexy, giant ground terminal, big 1/4-inch plate? And yes, it's standoff with insulators, and it doesn't need to be. It could be bolted right to the thing, but this looks nicer. It looks sexy. It's beautiful. This is my art. We're getting there. So, everything's getting bonded. All the materials for this were paid for by Denichi and Mr. Kidwell, so thank you, gentlemen, for helping out on that. These are all made by Joey. He did these up for us. And it's just, it's art. It's pretty. It's very well made. And now it's my job to put it all together and make it pretty. More Litz wire. See, and that'll let you go all the way out with a good solid connection. I have so much more to do. I got a spool 10 gauge around here somewhere to do all the little joining wires. I don't know where the hell this thing is, but I'll figure it out. We'll get there. And this one's in. It's got to be bonded yet, but that's it. We got, it's the exact same as the other one. This is the west ground connection, and the east one is right behind that black cabinet, so you can't see it from here, but they're pretty much exactly the same. I got a thing on there, and it'll connect right here. A wire will come up, and yep, it's a thing. It's gonna be a fun time. Check this out. Here's a fun time. Look that up. Go ahead.
Where are you located?
CQ. It's a Victorine voltage divider. What?
Can you pop the door open for a second?
No, I'm in high voltage. Talking to you guys, not paying attention to him. So, it's a Victorine voltage divider. 10 to the 5th volts equals 1 volt. So that's a fun time. Model 07-476. We don't. Oh, wow. That's had a life before it came to us. I think. I wonder. Is that dual voltage dividers? Does it measure anode and cathode at the same time? We got a little ground thing here. What? Oh, okay. How much you got?
360.
All right, I don't know if I'm holding that much weed, but I'll hook you up. Okay.
Hey,
What?
what's going on the table over there?
On what table?
Table.
Huh? Am I missing something?
You are missing something.
The table over here?
No. The table right here.
What's wrong with this? What? What we got? We got some G10. What, this?
Yes.
Oh, you lucky shit. This? I don't know. Oh, no, girls are here. We gotta be nice.
I'll consider that your one. Be careful.
No, check this out. Come here. We'll have, this will be fun. Here, take that. It's loaded. Now come on over here. You gotta stand here on the spot. Huh?
Is this what you've been doing?
All day. This is all I've done all day. All right, see the big ball on top? Hit the ball. You gotta be behind the spot. Hit the ball.
Okay. Got nothing.
Wow, you.
It's actually like have.
Here, trade me. Let me see if I can figure it out. No, I was cleaning stuff, and this isn't a box of old stuff. Oh, that's your problem.
I didn't happen to see the cap on that.
Like that. Do that. You missed.
It's too hot.
Alright. You're consistently high and to the left. Failure to chooch. Oh, yeah, a little tiny piece there. Oh.
To the left again. He's like jumping over to the left.
That's not how that works. Yeah, here.
What's going on here? Failure
Well,
to shoot.
apparently it took you, like, you got 1 out of...
I don't know what's
60
going on, man.
again?
I can't
I
do
did
anything.
it in 1. Okay. Like that. This is not hard. Why can you not do this?
I don't know.
I'm 2 for 2, and you're...
It keeps going like up and to the left.
Wow, you are amazingly bad at this.
I don't know why
and
it's going up
the
and
internet
to
is
the left.
judging you. Wow, that was like, you hit the ceiling on that one. I'm telling you, the safest place in the room to stand is where that ball is. Wow, that one had the aerodynamics of a brick. That was...
Just like
See, you can do this all day, couldn't you? You can just sit here all day and do this. Here, let me, it's obviously the firearm. Here, let me see this. And you emptied it again. I'd like to find, it holds that many. That's how many's in there. And you couldn't put a bull in the ass.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
All right, let's just make sure this works, okay? Just for safety. So we'll try with the coil. No, that was a miss. All right, that's the coil. Miss. Miss. Hit. Far coil. Wow, you get that far out and they really...
Yeah, dude, they like jump off to the side.
Is it a hook or a slice when it goes
yeah.
that way? It's one or the other. I can never tell. But you can plan for that.
Oh,
I'm out.
done fucked it.
Tactical reload here. Wow, that one's wild.
That one before that just kind of like dived down and went back up on you.
If you're inside about 20 feet, it's really reliable. Like you step up, and it's really, that's why I use that dot, because you step up here, and you can, oh, you have to cock it. Okay. Okay, you can do pretty good if you get up tight on it. You're gonna want to reload that. We're hard at work teaching young people about science. This is.
What you got going on here?
What?
How do you pull this out?
Oh my! No, you're gonna regret that. Oh, wow. Okay, give me the weapon, please. Okay, so on most weapons, most pistol type weapons with the magazine, you press the button here. And that's your mag release. Okay, so you pull this down.
Why did I think that was the safety? What the fuck is going on?
Oh, we're just about out.
It's okay, I have like 7 of them in my hand.
All right, so to reload this, you pop this.
Oh shit, done did it.
Gone forever. All right, so you pop this, however you popped that.
Well, I just kind of did one of the...
Oh, hang on. Put that in there, and then you can hold it there.
Yeah.
So that's how you load the hopper in the magazine. Okay. But to reload, you pop this out, which is pretty much, like that's pretty much standard on just about any weapon. And you pull this down, and then hold it like this and shake them, and you'll fill up the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then that goes like that. This is your safety over here.
Oh, okay.
So safety, magazine.
I'm used to big circle button safety.
Pull back. And that cocks the end chambers around, and just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Quit shooting the same thing.
I didn't.
You gotta move around.
Hit that,
Gotta move around. I'm just hearing all these things come flying back, and we're covering the floor with them.
It's like the loudest one in the room there.
You're out.
Am I actually out, or is it just...
You're still out. Okay, now.
So you just pull this back.
Hold it like this.
Yeah.
Bring it up. Slide that down, and then shake it.
Oh, yeah.
And then it shoots all of them at you at once. When you're down to like 5 left, all right, you got 3 shots. I wouldn't recommend it. You, in theory, can, but they hit things, they get a little dent in them, and they fly worse the second time. Like, yeah, you can reuse them, but they fly worse the second time.
Jeez.
That was limp. That was better. You're out. Yeah, a couple just stragglers hanging out down in there. Yeah, I've experienced that.
We just had this.
The good news is, for like next to nothing, you can get a bajillion of those little balls. They're super cheap. So, yeah.
That's it.
Was it good for you?
It's a good time.
Okay. So you walked in here and saw a gun on his ass. You didn't see the orange muzzle, and you're like, oh my God, there's a gun in here.
No, so this is what I got to see because I'm at this angle back here with absolutely no indication.
Yeah, you just walked in, there's a handgun sitting there, yeah.
Like,
no, I was cleaning a pile, and that was buried in the bottom of a box, and I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. Who the hell knows? I don't even, a toy found at the Geek Group. That never happened, so. But now I'm gonna get complaints from people, and YouTube's gonna flag my video because there was a gun.
Oh, yeah.
We're flagged.
Yeah.
We're flagged. We're going to jail. We'll be back. Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by a grant from Paul Plusa and his amazing daughter, the Robot Princess. Thank you, guys.